Okay, so we've got our objects, we can send messages to them, we can hide messages or predicates, make them private too. Now let's talk about extending objects. So we can, make a base one and then add extra features on a different object. A classical kind of inheritance type thing we're dealing with here. And we're also going to have to talk about prototypes in this one and what that means. So we're going to do this through a Logtalk example. If you go to your Logtalk installation, you will find a folder here called examples. And in there are many, many examples for you to learn about all the different ways you can tackle problems using this wonderful programming language. We're going to look at elephants because this is a simple example of extension. So when you get to one of these examples, you'll find a notes file like this, which will give you some information about what's in this directory. There's also a script file which has examples for you to follow of the kind of queries you might place or ask it, and some of the answers that would be expected with little hints and such. And then there is the loader, which we've looked at before, which is just going to load elephants in this case, and that's the source file here. We also have tests because writing tests for your code is a very smart thing to do, and we will cover those and how to do that at a later date. But if you're curious, you can take a look at any of these examples, and that's just quite a templatey thing, writing tests. So you can probably get a long way through how to do it just by copying these. And to run it, you just do a log talk if you've selected your backend tester. And batch testing started, off it goes, 4 tests, and all 4 pass. Excellent news. It's very good. Well done. So let's edit our elephants.txt and see what's in here. So let's just take a look at Clyde. I'm going to try and hide this if I remember the shortcut. There we go. No, not that one. I want that one. Okay. We shan't hide it. So we'll take a look at Clyde. Clyde is a prototypical but also concrete elephant. So let's get this loaded up. Let's do whatever my current backend selected is on the on there. Let's find out what I've got selected, shall we? We'll do this together. Swivel by the looks of it. Yep, Sweet Prolog backend. Okay, that'll work. So Clyde is our prototypical but also concrete elephant. So prototypical is actually a technical term when it comes to objects. A prototype object is an object which defines itself in terms of itself. Yep. So what that means, to the layperson like me and maybe you, is that's all we see there is all it is. There's no extra inherited stuff, no built-in behavior, because when you let's jump to a different programming language. What's a good example? Okay, let's do this real quick. Let's go to Python and let's from pathlib import path. So path is an object and it has some built-in methods of its own. Let's list all the methods that are associated with path. Alrighty, so it can give you the suffix of a path, or you can join some paths together. But some of this stuff is just from the class system that's involved in Python, like dunderDoc, dunderEQ. This is less than or equal to. A new method is defined. When you are with prototype objects with Logtalk, you don't get that. If you want a class system like Python, you're going to have to go and define that yourself. However, experience has shown me that it's very rare that you actually need all of that extra baggage that comes from such a complex class system when we're not mutating things, which is you can do an awful lot in Logtalk without mutation. All right, so object Clyde means Clyde is an object defining himself as an elephant with those 2 predicates. His color is gray and he's got 4 legs. So let's ask Clyde a simple question. This is kind of cool. Let's do color and let's do number of legs. We're getting fancy here and doing 2 messages to the same object at the same time, and it can do them both like that. Brackets, wonderful things. So Clyde is an elephant, but Fred is also an elephant. So here he is, here's Fred, and he extends Clyde, which means he is just like Clyde, except we've overridden one of the definitions here. Now notice we've not had to declare this public here, nor do we have to say how many legs that Fred has. So let's do the same thing to Fred as we did to Clyde here. Let's just change that to Fred. and Fred is white, and he has 4 legs. Because the extension here means that when there is no number of legs here, it's gone to look in how many legs Clyde has, and there is a color here, so it hasn't gone to look for the color in Clyde. And if I just ask Fred about color to make this obvious, because we all know Prolog has backtracking, so if there's more than one solution, it will try and give you both solutions. But you see there's only one solution here. It doesn't then go and say, oh, maybe it was Clyde's color instead. No, if you want that behavior, then you're going to have to make it explicit with calls to the parent object using some syntax, which we'll cover in another video. But hopefully that's useful for you. You can see how you can create an object like Clyde, which you can still send messages to, and you can extend it by changing some things. We could add another predicate in here too. Let's do this for a bit of fun. Let's have a public predicate called, I don't know, favorite food, and that's going to be arity1. I'm going to skip the docs, and we'll just do favorite. Oh, hello. There was some Python messing around there. All right, never mind. So favorite food, and that's going to be peanuts, because he's a circus elephant. Let's do a logtalk make to recompile that. Syntax error. What did I do? Oh, well that should be about right. At or above line 46. Oh, what happened here? Gosh, all right. I didn't spot that. Logtalk make. Hey, wonderful. So we can extend and add new predicates to an extension is what I was trying to show here. So Fred should have a favorite food. What's your favorite food? Peanuts, whereas Clyde, that should be a non-existence error because Clyde doesn't have a favorite food. He's just not that kind of elephant, I guess. All right, so if you are enjoying these videos and you would like to learn more about Logtalk, then please hit the like button, subscribe, and the notification bell so you get notified when new videos come out explaining Logtalk. Until next time, happy Logtalking.